Ukrainian authorities ordered the forced evacuation of numerous villages and 36 other settlements during advance of Russian troops into Kharkiv province. The evacuation order applies to 37 settlements that Russian forces captured early in the 18-month war but were liberated in September by a Ukrainian counterattack. The decision was first issued on August 10. But residents were reluctant to relocate despite Russia's new efforts to retake the area. The resurgence came as Russia's invasion of Ukraine exceeded 550 days over the weekend. Biden says impatient and permanent support on Ukraine's Independence Day. Kharkiv province is home to Kharkiv, the provincial capital and Ukraine's second-largest city. The city of Kupiansk, on outskirts of the province and about 70 miles from capital, is currently under evacuation orders. The area was occupied by the Russians for more than 6 months last year. Despite the evacuation order, only a few hundred people heeded the warning. Ukrainian officials said. Ukraine's former senior prosecutor attacks against Joe and Hunter Biden exclusive interview. The reasons for thousands not doing so range from existential to routine. Some were paralyzed by daunting task of displacement, while others said they considered difficulties of displacement and decided to face renewed hostilities instead. Others expressed fear of facing poverty and loneliness in expensive remote cities, or their reluctance to give up homes where they had saved their lives for a crowded shelter. Some even said they needed more time to organize the garden or tend to the livestock. Many of the residents who chose to stay in their homes signed documents stating that they were at their own risk. Katarina Chesta, district school administrator, told Associated Press that she plans stay there even if order is extended to citywide due her fatigue from war. Maybe that's what I am, she said. Some have stay here, be patriots of the city, develop it, survive. When Russia invaded eastern Ukraine in 2014, Chesta fled the port city of Mariupol under fire and found herself in Kupiansk, where her parents lived. Instead, Chesta is creating an online curriculum for the new academic year. The Russian border province Kharkiv has re-emerged as a hotspot of conflict as the Russian army began to gather offensive troops, tank units and other resources in mid-July in the direction Kupiansk. Intense fighting is raging on the outskirts of Synkivka, a village about 9 miles from Kupiansk, as Russian soldiers attempt to recapture territory Ukraine has reclaimed. According to Ukrainian military officials, the Kupiansk military administration said Russian forces were shelling civilian infrastructure and homes while searching for Ukrainian soldiers, and the near-continuous shelling killed several residents a week.